Welcome, dear listener. This message, it is meant for you. Not for the crowd, not for the masses, just you. Have you ever felt different, as if you experience emotions more deeply than others, noticing subtle details in relationships and human behavior that escape most? If so, you may belong to one of the rarest personality types in the world, the INFJ. INFJ stands for introversion, intuition, feeling, and judging. Less than 2% of people share this personality. They are advocates, counselors, protectors of human psychology, emotional intelligence, and inner peace. Gandhi once said, "Be the change you wish to see in the world." INFJs live this truth through self-improvement, life lessons, and motivation, often without realizing it. Today, we will uncover 10 powerful signs of the INFJ personality, enhanced with wisdom from great philosophers, writers, and leaders: Socrates, Dale Carnegie, Mother Teresa, Shakespeare, Marcus Aurelius, Nietzsche, and show you how these traits appear in modern life through mindfulness, self-care, and growth mindset. Sign 1: Deep empathy and emotional intelligence. INFJs are gifted with extraordinary empathy. They don't just listen, they feel. Dale Carnegie wrote in How to Win Friends and Influence People. If there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well as from your own. Sign 1: Deep empathy and emotional intelligence. INFJs are gifted with extraordinary empathy. They don't just listen, they feel. Dale Carnegie wrote in How to Win Friends and Influence People. If there is any one secret of success, it lies in the ability to get the other person's point of view and see things from that person's angle as well as from your own. This empathy allows INFJs to understand relationships, detect red flags, and sense manipulation before it occurs. Mother Teresa embodied this wisdom when she said, "Not all of us can do great things. But we can do small things with great love." Think of Florence Nightingale, who transformed mental health care through her insight and compassion. INFJs, in daily life, often guide friends or loved ones using emotional intelligence, communication skills, and respect, providing support and confidence when it is most needed. Do people often seek you out for advice or guidance? Do you feel connected to others' emotions? That is your INFJ nature showing through, a combination of empathy, life advice, and human psychology. Sign 2: Vision and seeing differently. INFJs notice patterns and hidden truths. Nietzsche once said, "And those who were seen dancing were thought to be insane by those who could not hear the music." This is the INFJ way. They see possibilities, connections, and growth opportunities invisible to others. They often approach critical thinking, problem solving, and intelligence with a unique perspective. Think of Martin Luther King Jr., who envisioned justice in ways that inspired movements, or Galileo, who challenged conventional neuroscience and scientific understanding. INFJs today may apply this vision in life, communication skills, self-development, and decision-making. Do you sense opportunities or truths that others miss? Do you notice patterns in behavior, manipulation, or red flags? Then you possess the INFJ gift of insight, intelligence, and awareness. Sign 3: Depth of thinking and reflection. INFJs are deep thinkers. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this, and you will find strength. INFJs reflect on life, relationships, and human behavior, often overthinking scenarios, but gaining clarity, critical thinking, and self-control. Socrates emphasized, "The unexamined life is not worth living." This introspection enhances mental health, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence. INFJs may spend hours analyzing communication, habits, or behavioral cues in themselves and others to improve their confidence, happiness, and inner peace. Do you find yourself pondering life's meaning, analyzing conversations, or evaluating relationships? These reflective habits are a hallmark of INFJ intelligence, self-care, and personal growth. Sign 4: Idealism and justice. INFJs value fairness and morality deeply. Aristotle wrote, "At his best, Man is the noblest of all animals, separated from law and justice, he is the worst. INFJs often step in to support the vulnerable, promote peace, and guide others ethically. Nelson Mandela once said, "The moral arc of the universe is long, but it bends toward justice." Whether through motivational action, advocacy, or relationship advice, INFJs embody integrity, respect, and empathy. They often notice red flags in social dynamics, manipulation, or toxic behavior, and act to maintain inner peace and ethical communication. Do you feel compelled to correct injustice or help others find fairness? That is your INFJ calling, rooted in humanity, emotional intelligence, and life lessons. Sign 5. Overthinking and emotional struggles. INFJs often wrestle with overthinking, anxiety, and mental fatigue. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Their sensitivity, empathy, and deep reflection can lead to emotional intensity, but also to profound insight, critical thinking, and self-development. Think of Abraham Lincoln, whose reflective nature shaped leadership and human understanding. INFJs balance growth mindset, mindfulness, and self-care to manage stress and cultivate peace of mind. Do you replay conversations, analyze outcomes, or worry excessively? These tendencies are not flaws, they reflect your INFJ mind and emotional intelligence. Sign 6. Deep connections and relationships. INFJs seek soul-level connections. Shakespeare wrote, "This above all, to thine own self be true." They prefer meaningful friendships and relationships, valuing authenticity, respect, and communication skills over superficiality. Mother Teresa reminded us, the greatest disease in the world today is not leprosy or tuberculosis, but rather the feeling of being unwanted. INFJs guide others through relationship advice, self-improvement, and confidence building, often helping people navigate manipulation, narcissism, or dark psychology. Do you crave deep connections and avoid shallow interactions? That is your INFJ heart guiding you toward emotional intelligence, life lessons, and human psychology. Sign 7. Creativity and imagination. INFJs are creators and visionaries. Shakespeare wrote, "We know what we are, but know not what we may be." Their imagination fuels creativity, problem-solving, and motivation. They apply these gifts to personal growth, communication, critical thinking, and self-development. INFJs often use their creativity in art, writing, or daily life to inspire others, change habits, or improve mental health. This imaginative intelligence is closely linked to mindfulness, emotional intelligence, and self-care. Do you feel alive when creating, imagining, or reflecting? That is the INFJ spirit at work. Sign 8. Desire to help and heal. INFJs are natural healers. Gandhi once said, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." Through empathy, guidance, or counseling, INFJs promote emotional intelligence, self-improvement, and peace of mind. They detect red flags, help with anxiety, and nurture happiness and confidence in others. Carl Jung described this intuitive drive as central to the INFJ's purpose, personal growth and transformation of self and others. Sign 9. Boundaries and self-care. INFJs often overgive and forget self-care. Marcus Aurelius noted, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." INFJs must practice mindfulness, self-control, and detachment to preserve inner peace. By balancing empathy with boundaries, they maintain mental health, confidence, and emotional intelligence. Mother Teresa said, "I have found the paradox, that if you love until it hurts, there can be no more hurt, only more love." Do you struggle to say no or rest? Learning self-care and emotional regulation is essential for every INFJ. Sign 10. Rare influence and quiet leadership. INFJs are rare leaders, not always loud, but deeply influential. Shakespeare. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. Great INFJs, Mandela, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, lead with vision, compassion, and integrity. They inspire through action, words, and emotional intelligence. Perhaps you feel a quiet call to guide, teach, or influence. That is your INFJ legacy, combining self-development, critical thinking, and growth mindset to change the world. Now, let's pause for a moment. If you've reached this point, if you searched for INFJ and felt drawn to understand more, that already says something remarkable about you. It means you carry within you the curiosity, emotional intelligence, and self-awareness that few people have. This is not just theory, it's your life. You, listening right now, are the one who carries this rare light. The signs we discussed are not just words on a screen, they are a mirror of your own heart, your own story. Think of Coco Chanel. She was a visionary, someone who dared to redefine beauty and identity. She once said, "The most courageous act is still to think for yourself." Aloud. Like an INFJ, she saw the world differently, trusted her inner vision, and created change that inspired generations. Self-development authors remind us that our uniqueness is not a burden but a calling. Dale Carnegie wrote, "When dealing with people, remember you are not dealing with creatures of logic, but creatures of emotion." This is the INFJ gift. You understand emotions, you sense the hidden pain and joy of others, and you carry the power to heal. You are not just watching another video about psychology facts, self-improvement, or communication skills. This is about you. Your growth mindset, your confidence, your ability to detect red flags and overcome anxiety, to transform habits, and to find peace of mind. These are living proofs that you are an INFJ soul. So don't just listen, feel it. Let this truth sink in. You are rare, you are powerful, and the world needs exactly what you bring. Closing reflection. Dear listener, if these 10 signs resonate, you may carry the rarest heart, an INFJ heart. Socrates said, "Know thyself." And through self-awareness, emotional intelligence, and mindful living, you can transform your life, your relationships, and even the lives of others. Share this message if it touched you. Inspire others with your empathy, wisdom, and insight. Above all, remember Shakespeare, "This above all, to thine own self be true." You are rare, you are powerful, and your INFJ gifts can change the world.